Hello and welcome back to the Horne Activity Center here in Ephraim, Utah. Jacob Habel alongside Brendan Butterfield here on Snow TV for some Snow College men's basketball action. Finally, it's been a while. We've had to wait for various reasons that the world is already aware of, obviously, Brendan.
Yep.
But it's good to be back in the Activity Center with some basketball.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the Badgers take on the Trailsiders today. The Trailsiders are a alumni team composed of kids from, we've got Dixie State, we've got BYU Hawaii, we've got Snow alumni, we've got kids from Vancouver Island University, so a pretty good mix of guys that Snow will be coming up against tonight.
You can call them the Harlem Globetrotters of the Scenic Western Athletic Conference. They've actually already played Utah State Eastern last week. They tied that game 133 apiece after a 60-minute game, so a little bit longer than regulation. So this is definitely a team who can put up some points. We got Rob Nielsen here giving us the starting lineups. It's a new look for Snow College this year. There's only two returners with Trayden Christensen and Matt Norman, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see how Coach Nielsen sets up his starting lineup. Obviously, being a scrimmage, being a preseason game, it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for Coach to work some things out, try to figure out who works with who.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see
And
how he
my
decides. It'll be interesting to see how Coach Nielsen decides to run the lineups tonight. Interested to see a lot of the young guys. I mean, they're a pretty young team, but I'll be interested to see pretty much everyone get involved tonight.
That's right. We'll go over starting lineups a little bit later, but two of them, Drake Allen as well as Trayden Christensen, actually played together at Westlake High School, so this is the first chance that they'll be able to have to play with each other again since high school. Trayden, the sophomore this year, and Drake Allen being the sophomore, or being the freshman this year. So be an interesting dynamic to see how they play. We've actually got students in the stands. Masks are required, obviously, so if anybody's watching at home right now and they're within the area, please come on in. People are trying to social distance a little bit, but the masks are on. It's wonderful to have the crowds in the stands.
Yeah, Jacob, it's great to see sports still going on here down in South Bend County. Obviously, the new guidelines were announced about a week ago, but hopefully sports are able to continue, and we can continue to have some of that entertainment that we all love and have.
That's right, and as we mentioned before, being a scrimmage game, hopefully we'll be able to see most of the guys from the Snow College roster get on. We've got a couple of international students this year. Tokes Ajayi played in Canada. He's a Canadian citizen from Calgary, Alberta. And then we've also got James Kamish, who recently was playing in New York at Proctor Academy, but is actually from South Sudan, standing at 6'10" at center. So we also have a lot of big guys. Levi Dunn from American Fork is 7 foot. We haven't had that kind of height here at Snow for a while, so it'll be interesting to see how that helps the Badgers play in the post.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the Snow obviously a lot bigger this year. I think their biggest guy last year was Trey Fair, who's now at Utah Valley University. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they run their offense here with a lot more size compared to last year.
That's right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back after this short commercial with the starting lineups. You're watching Snow TV. Welcome back, everyone, to the Horne Activity Center here in Ephraim, Utah, home of the Snow College Badgers. For your starting lineups, first for the Snow College Badgers, wearing number 3 at guard, Drake Allen from Westlake High School. Wearing number 13 at the other guard, Matt Norman from Timpanogos High School. Traden Christensen wearing number 23 from Westlake High School. Braden Roberts wearing number 24 from Logan High School. And Ross Reeves wearing number 11 from Orem High School. That is the starting lineup for Rob Nielsen's Snow College Badgers. For the Trailsiders, let's see who we have on the court right now. Number 13, Robbie Nielsen. That is Rob Nielsen's son. Played at Dixie State. Number 3, Corey Nielsen, also Rob's son, played at BYU Hawaii. Number 44, Brendan Moore, played at Weber State. Number 21, Usama Zaid, who played at Vancouver Island University. And number 24, Zavon Jackson, who played at Lewis and Clark State.
Yep. Yeah, Jacob, it'll be interesting to see how this game gets going. Obviously, the scrimmage that the Trailsiders had against the Utah State Eastern was quite a scoring match. So I'm interested to see what kind of defense we see here in this first half.
The tip is underway, and Ross Reeves comes up with the ball as he looks to set up the Snow College offense for the first time in the 2020-2021 season. Braden Roberts swings it around the key to Matt Norman in the corner, down low. Reeves back to Roberts. Roberts for a 3-point attempt, and it's no good as Jackson comes up with the defensive rebound.
Well, Jacob, even with the size of the Snow College Badgers, you saw a good shot there by some of the big men. Past 20 years, you've really seen a lot of these big guys expand their game.
That's right, that pull up there, no good from Moore as Norman comes back down the court, and he's pickpocketed by Nielsen. Ball will go out, and the Badgers will retain possession. The Snow College Badgers wearing white, and the Trailsiders also wearing Snow College jerseys, but blue, so sorry for the confusion there.
And obviously, this Trailsiders team, they do not have college funding, so they are using Snow College jerseys.
Norman's shot is no good. Allen tried to put it back in, was unable. As Zaid now carrying the ball for the Trailsiders. Nielsen open at the top. Swings it around to Jackson. Drives baseline. Roberts keeping him tight. And a nice fadeaway from Jackson to start the scoring off for the Trailsiders.
That's a very difficult shot there for number 24, Jackson. Great job with the upper body strength to still get that shot over the tall defender.
Ross Reeves picks up his dribble, gives it to Allen, swings it. Traden Christensen, and the 3 is perfect.
Great look from Christensen right there. Very good in rhythm. Good ball movement there by the Badgers early to get a good open look.
Zaid is called for the charge. Excuse me, picks up. We're going to have to get used to these calls. Draws the N1, so he'll go to the line.
A good job by number 21, Zaid, to finish through the contact there and gets the N1 there, finishes the free throw.
So early in this game, it's the Trailsiders leading by a score of 5-3. As Traden Christensen picks up his dribble, gives it down to Roberts down low, finds Reeves up top. Back over to Christensen. Roberts posting up now. Nice look to Reeves. He's rejected at the rim, and the Trailsiders will come up with the rebound. This time it's Moore.
A good backdoor cut by Reeves there and a good find by Braden. However, even better defense there by the Trailsiders. Good help on that weak side.
Nielsen tries to give the backdoor pass. It's stopped by one of the Snow College Badgers. Matt Norman open for 3. His shot is no good, and Jackson comes up with the rebound. Brendan, we realized earlier before the game that the name Trailsiders actually is a mixture between Dixie State, as Nielsen hits the 3, number 13, Robbie Nielsen, between Dixie State Trailblazers and BYU Hawaii Seasiders. They've mixed the 2 names to come up with this hybrid name for the alumni team.
Good job by the alumni team to have a creative name to keep it entertaining.
Good move by Traden Christensen, gets the friendly roll.
Great footwork there inside and a good job to kiss it off the glass for a nice bucket for 2.
Zaid pulls up for 3, and his shot is good, exchanging baskets.
Early possession there from the Trailsiders, but Obviously, it worked out. Got a good look and a quick three there.
Drake Allen now shoots for 3, and his shot is no good. That's one of the things that, at least last year, Snow College liked to do a lot. They call it 3 and D, where they put up the 3 and then play defense. Defense there from Ross Reeves gives the pass to Matt Norman. He'll get the foul call, so he'll go to the line, unable to get the basket to fall.
A good job there by Reeves to create for his teammates an open space.
We do apologize in advance. This is also a pregame season for us, so we will not have stats during the game. We'll try to give you an update at halftime. But in terms of fouls and points and rebounds throughout the game, perhaps you could keep track at home. Norman missed his first shot. He was able to connect on the second.
Good job there by Matt Norman to bounce back. We actually had him in the studio a couple weeks ago and had him on an interview. It was a good interview, and we really enjoyed his presence.
Zaid, the nice little move to create space, gets the layup over Norman. Christensen will pull up again, and that was not like his first three-point shot. He got nothing but air.
Well, Jacob, you know, this is a preseason game, and it's been a while since these guys have played in a full, fast-paced game, so it'll be interesting to see if they can shake off the rust here early.
Yeah, they're used to playing each other during practices. They've been scrimmaging, inter-squad scrimmages for the last couple of weeks, so this is a good opportunity for them to play someone else other than themselves. We have 2 new players on the court for the Badgers. Number 1, Ray Davis from Bartow, Florida, and number 30, Hagen Wright from Payson, Utah on the floor for Snow College.
Well, and Jacob, for a lot of these guys, this is really their first time playing since high school because we have so many new freshmen here at Snow College.
Davis, nice drive and layup. Badgers trail by 5. 4 minutes into the first half. Jackson, perfect move. He's definitely the biggest guy on the floor, and you can tell.
Yeah, he looks pretty cut there on the floor. He's a big dude. It'll be interesting to see how Snow College handles him.
Ball's thrown out of bounds. Trailsiders will get possession. Now onto the floor for Snow College, number 5, Travis Wagstaff from Holiday, Utah. Fun fact, Brendan, I actually played basketball with Travis Wagstaff at the Missionary Training Center 3 years ago.
That's right, Jacob. That's a small world here. You just never know who you're going to run into here at college. It's pretty cool to see a guy like that you played with out on the court playing some college basketball.
He redshirted at Utah Valley University last year, a transfer student here at Snow College this year. Jackson using his big frame to box down right. Gives it back up to number 33, Colliker, whose shot is a little off target, and Reeves comes up with the rebound. He's being pressed hard by Nielsen. Wagstaff finds a good pass to Norman. Kicks it out to right from the corner for 3, and Hagen's shot is no good. And a foul will be called on Travis Wagstaff.
A good find there by the Badgers. Didn't get quite the result they wanted on that shot, but they're getting open looks early, which you always like to see.
Definitely a fast-paced game.
Been a lot of possessions where there's been 1 or 2 passes, and even no passes. We had a couple times guys have pulled up the court and decided to pull up from 3. That's really something that you wouldn't have seen 20 or 30 years ago, but that's really the game's changed a lot the past 20 years.
Nielsen can't handle the ball between the legs. Eventually picks it up. Gives it to Zaid. Quick 3. His shot is no good, and this time the foul will be called on Colliker down low.
Got a little too aggressive there. Looks like he pushed number 30 on the Badgers. That would be Hagen Wright. Good job on him in there to box out and get position.
Braden Colliker, number 33 for the Trailsiders, actually played at Snow College before transferring to Colorado State. He's one of several players on the Trailsiders team who did start their college career at Snow College. Wright will pull up. That was a 2-pointer. It's no good. We don't have the exact stats, but the shooting percentage can't be that great right now for Snow College as Matt Norman bangs one off the corner of the backboard.
You know, here early, I think there are going to be a lot of missed shots. Hopefully these guys can get in rhythm, but it has been quite a while since both of these guys have probably played competitive basketball outside of inter-squad.
Nice little step back there from Brendan Moore. And Snow College All kinds of early troubles here in this game as they throw the ball out of bounds.
Having a little trouble here keeping the ball. Had a few turnovers here early.
Rob Nielsen actually said that in last week's game between the Trailsiders and Utah State Eastern Eagles that the Trailsiders actually led by 25 at one point during the game, I think after 1 or 2 quarters. Travel's called on Zavon Jackson.
Yeah, even though these guys are, of course, alumni, they are pretty talented, as you can see, playing pretty well here early, and obviously played pretty well against Utah State Eastern.
We asked if Brendan Moore, who played at Weber State, had the opportunity to play with Damian Lillard. They weren't there at the same time. That was a big putback attempt from Hagen Wright. Unfortunately, the rim sent it way up into the ceiling.
Yeah, Jacob, I don't think I've seen that here at Snow College yet. That ball went careening up onto the roof, and obviously that's out of bounds at that point.
It's like a trampoline on that thing.
Reminded me of Russell Westbrook's dunk, except that one actually went in a few years ago.
Reeves with the steal. Can he finish on the other side? He does. Good left-hand move from Ross Reeves.
Sorry there, Jacob. A great job by Reeves to be able to finish through contact there.
Moore kicks it to the other side. Jackson drives, kicks it out. Colliker for 3.
Good footwork by Jackson and great job to create there. Just couldn't knock down an open look by Colliker.
Will be an offensive foul called on number 12, CJ Planton. His first minutes on the court. CJ from Anderson, South Carolina. So although most of this roster is from Utah, there are a few guys from around the United States as well as a few international players, as we mentioned earlier.
That's right, Jacob. It's nice to see a lot of the in-home talent here in Utah stay in Utah and go to Utah schools.
Nielsen will shoot for 3. Reeves with the defensive rebound. They call him Saucy Rossi or Reaver Fever, and you can see why with that shot.
Terrific shot there by Ross Reeves, in rhythm, in space, got a little crossover, created a little space, and knocked down the jumper.
Hopefully at some point in the next few days we'll have our interview with Ross Reeves come out, as well as with Drake Allen, so stay tuned for those. Foul called on Ross Reeves. The ball will come from the baseline. Quinn Nielsen to inbound the ball. Jackson a little too strong on the shot attempt as Wagstaff able to body his way out. Reeves, quick pull-up 3, and it's good again. Ross Reeves, couple of quick threes, brings Snow College to within 1. It's 17-16.
Well, Jacob,
Trailsiders.
Rossi has been willing Snow College back into this game, and they're only down now 1 here as it's 17-16 for the Trailsiders.
It doesn't take too long to get him heated up. Ray Davis pushing the ball. Ross Reeves, can he hit a third? A little short this time. Could feel the crowd waiting to stand up for that one.
I like a little bit of a heat check there. That was a quick shot from quite a ways out, but if he had hit that shot, I think this gym would have came on fire.
Davis, drive baseline, right-handed finish, no good. Planting there to get the rebound, and goes through contact to get 2.
Good job there by CJ Planton to clean up that offensive rebound and end up getting a score for the Badgers.
Badgers now lead 18-17 with 11 minutes and 45 seconds left in the first half.
Those second chance points, Jacob, are crucial for the Badgers to get back in this game.
Wagstaff able to keep the ball in bounds, gives it to Davis. Kicks it out to Reeves, drives in, down low to right, and the easy layup.
Reeves did a great job there using the pump fake as he hit a couple shots here early, getting the defense to extend out and then driving and creating from there.
That's right. We got a timeout on the floor, so we're going to take this opportunity to take a timeout as well. And we'll see you right after this. we're back at the Horne Activity Center. 11 minutes and 23 seconds left to play here in the first half as Rich Stuckey checks in for the Badgers.
You've got another one of Rob's sons, Corey Nielsen, here running the point for the Trailsiders.
Corey played at BYU Hawaii. Moore for three, a little short. Gets his own rebound and is blocked by Stuckey.
Great defense there by Stuckey to step up and close down that open lane that the Trailsiders had.
Dangerous pass there, but Davis comes up with it. His shot is no good. And the Trailsiders, not enough numbers to get the fast break opportunity, but Moore will pull up anyways and he sinks it. And that's why he's playing basketball and I'm not.
Great job there by, that was tremendous footwork and tremendous body control to stop on a dime, turn around, keep his pivot foot down and hit that jumper.
CJ Planton. Badgers move the ball around the arc as Wright's shot is no good. Planton gets the rebound through contact, unable to get the ball to drop, but he will go to the line to shoot two.
Early here, Planton has been all over the boards here for the Badgers, getting a couple offensive rebounds and getting some easy buckets for the Badgers.
There's a lot of contact going up for those rebounds too. The foul was called on the shot, but I can almost say that the foul could have been called before.
It was quite a bit of contact, but the Badgers are now at the free throw line.
Planton can't connect on his first shot as Matt Norman checks in for the Badgers. Matt Norman, one of two returners from last year, along with Traden Christensen, a team that went all the way to the conference championship to come up short just by a few points to Salt Lake Community College. And was that Oh, it was Stuckey with the rebound.
Yeah, it looked like Stuckey.
And a quick pass down to Nielsen. Answers right back.
Badgers have been all over the offensive boards, but the Trailsiders there still a quick one on a little bit of a cherry pick type play.
Turnover there from Matt Norman's pass. Jackson one-on-one with Wright. Wright tries to draw contact and no shot. Offensive foul. Good job there from Hagen Wright to set his feet.
Good job there by Wright to get in position, made sure he was outside the circle, and Jackson just too big and too strong.
Checking in for the Trailsiders, number 21, Usama Zaid. Matt Norman gives it down low to Stuckey, who's posting up on Colliker. His shot no good.
Playing on the offensive boards again for the Badgers, and a great job there. Good heads-up play. Ran out of space, but threw it off of the Trailsiders to keep it here.
That's right, good heads-up play from CJ Planton. Checking in now for him is number 33, James Kamish from South Sudan. Played high school basketball at Proctor Academy in New York, but originally from South Sudan.
He is a long way from South Sudan, but I think he's sure loving it here as he's playing basketball and having a good time.
Yeah, long way from South Sudan and a long way from the floor too. He's 6'10", one of the bigger guys on the Snow College Badgers team.
You know, Jacob, it's interesting just to see how much bigger the Badgers are this year, as we didn't have anything like that last year.
One of our tallest players, not the tallest, but one of was actually Traden Christensen, who often played guard. So it just goes to show how much perhaps Rob Nielsen focused on height this year in recruiting. Foul is called on number 3, Corey Nielsen. So the Badgers will get the ball on the baseline. Snow College leads by 22-21 with 9 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the first half. Stuckey's shot is stopped, but a foul will be called this time on number 13, Robbie Nielsen.
Badgers have found themselves at the free throw line quite a bit here early on. Really look for them to improve at the free throw line, as they haven't shot the best here early.
And Brendan, just looking into the stands, I can see players from the women's volleyball team, the women's basketball team, and the men's and women's soccer team. So good support here from the Snow College student body as well as student athletes.
Yeah, Jacob, here in Ephraim, all the sports really get great support here from the student body, as there's always some sport going on, and it's fun to go out and support our Snow College athletes.
And thankful that we have something to watch.
Yeah, it's with fall sports being postponed until the spring, it's great to have some sort of sport to watch here down in Ephraim.
Foul will be before the shot on number 30, Hagen Wright.
Foul goes to number 30, Hagen Wright.
Another thing, Brendan, that we've noticed here in the first half is there really haven't been any shot clock issues because both teams working the ball very quickly, looking for a quick shot.
Yeah, Jacob, there's been a lot of quick possessions for both teams, looking to get easy shots early, I guess.
Davis gives it over to Norman, goes around Nielsen, but he's stuffed at the rim by Brendan Moore.
Great job there by Moore to high point that ball and contest it without getting any of the body.
Zaid's three is no good as Stuckey dishes it out to Norman. Norman pushing the floor. Hagen right again from that same spot.
Looks like number 33 for the Trailsiders came up a little shaky after falling down on that last possession.
Shot fake. Good defense by James Kamish. Nielsen from the corner, and he sinks that one. That'll give the Trailsiders the lead, 24-22, the first basket in a little bit.
Terrific find there by Brendan Moore to tip that ball, keep the possession alive, and then look to the corner to find another Trailsider for the bucket.
A big man pulls up from three, a little off. You can hear the bench saying, okay, we didn't expect that. Didn't go in. Air ball there from Moore as Davis pushes the floor. And a foul will be called again on number 3, Corey Nielsen.
Jacob, I'm surprised to see the pace that we have seen so far, seeing that this is the first organized game that these guys have played in really quite a long time.
That's right. And Coach Nielsen has really focused his preseason training on conditioning. The Badgers have actually been in the pool quite a bit. When it was open, it's been closed now. It will reopen in a little bit, but they were in the pool doing underwater stuff. They were doing burpees, like underwater burpees. I don't know. They explained it to us a little bit. Doing planks on boards in the water and some crazy stuff there, but hopefully it'll help them keep their stamina throughout the season.
Well, Jacob, as you know, training in the water is a big part of most athletes' routines, and it really is a great way to get in shape.
And Davis will hit his second to tie the game up at 24 apiece.
Jacob, I don't know about you, but I know I'd always see on the Jazz Instagram, I'd see Ricky Rubio when he was here at Utah Jazz jumping up in the water doing explosive training drills in the water, and it was always funny to see.
Wagstaff being pressured early is able to get it across to Davis. Tries to put the moves on Zaid, and his ball is blocked again by Moore, his second block.
Moore really being a defensive anchor early here for the Trailsiders.
And he's called on the travel as he draws contact and is unable to keep his feet set.
Number 24,
Braden Roberts checks back into the game for the Badgers, as well as Ross Reeves. It looks like all but one dressed Badger, there's still 2 Badgers left who are dressed for tonight who haven't made it onto the floor, but Rob Nielsen working a lot of his guys early.
Yeah, Jacob, looks like this is really just a tune-up game for the Badgers as they're playing an alumni team. Just really trying to get everyone involved and get their legs back under them.
Good move there by Trayton Christensen. I don't know what that is, but if you look at his shoulders, carrying call there on Zaid. But you look at his shoulders, it looks like he did some kind of Chinese acupuncture or something with the marks on his shoulders.
Yeah, they've got a machine in the sports medicine facility that I don't know exactly how it works, but I learned about it a little bit in sports medicine. It really helps with shoulder pain, and you see it a lot lately.
Post-up move there from Christensen gets Norman coming down on the baseline, is knocked out of bounds by Nielsen. It was a broadcaster's dream having 3 guys on the same team with the same last name.
Yeah, it sure makes our job pretty easy, Jacob.
It's a good chance that if a Trailsider's touching the ball is probably a Nielsen.
Pretty cool to see Coach Nielsen's sons all played college basketball and here back at Snow.
That's right, in front of family and friends. Good pass there from Reeves to Christensen, who can't put it in. And right in front of the scorer's table is Zaid. Got a little scary there, can't keep it in.
Came flying by us there to try and save that one, but just couldn't get to it in time.
Waiting for one of these days for somebody to come flying over the table and us having to catch someone. It probably isn't going to happen, given that most of these guys are way bigger than we are. Probably get knocked over.
Yeah, Jacob, it'll be a scary time if a guy comes flying through here. They're a lot bigger than we are.
And this time it is out of bounds on the Badgers as Corey Nielsen checks in again for the Trailsiders. On the floor for Snow College, Braden Roberts, Matt Norman, Travis Wagstaff, Traden Christensen, and Ross Reeves.
You know, maybe one of these days you'll see a player fly into the stands. I haven't seen that quite yet, but it's pretty common, at least you see in college and the NBA.
This is also the first official game in the new gym. It was renovated over the offseason. New bleachers, new floor, new scoreboard, and it looks really good.
Yeah, and grip sounds great. You can hear a lot of squeaking going on with the shoes, and the players love that, and they love having their shoes clean and having great traction.
Ross Reeves off to Wagstaff. Finds Reeves cutting towards the basket. Ball is knocked away by Zaid. He gets the ball back, though, and Reeves with another shot and a friendly roll.
A little bit of a give and go there for Reeves. Got the shot blocked, but did a good job of staying with it and getting a shooter's bounce there.
Traden Christensen puts the moves on Zaid. Kicks it out to an open Wagstaff in the corner, whose shot is short. And a one-on-one between Moore and Reeves. Moore will hold up a little bit, kick it out to Nielsen. And they'll slow it down here, the Trailsiders.
This is really the first time we've seen either team slow it down here so far, and we're almost 5 minutes or 15 minutes into this first half, excuse me.
Osama Zaid has another three, putting the Trailsiders ahead, 29-28.
You know, Jacob, I would expect these guys to slow it down a little bit more. I think the adrenaline has worn off, and these guys are getting into the flow of both of their offenses.
Christensen will go up himself, unable to find anything. And the ball goes out of bounds off a Trailsider hand. Drake Allen checking into the game for Snow College.
Actually had the opportunity to interview him this past week. Really enjoyed having him on set as well. It's been great to have a lot of these basketball guys in and get to know them a little bit better.
Now we've had an opportunity to talk to some of the men's team, some of the women's team, volleyball players, football players.
Had a good mix of just about everyone. Need to get a softball player in the studio.
Circus shot there from Zaid doesn't go in. He's looking for the foul. It's not called. And Wagstaff, good idea with the 1-2. Throws it just a little too hard out of bounds.
I'll be interested to see how the Trailsiders hold up, as these guys are an alumni team and they only have 7 players, so really not a whole lot of depth there on that side.
Be interesting to see, as that is an offensive foul called on Jackson. Bodies out into the ground.
Jackson obviously a lot bigger. All Drake Allen had to do was stand there and put his hands up, and Jackson did the rest.
Another timeout here on the floor. We're going to take this opportunity to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this. With 4 minutes, 39 seconds left in the first half, it's the Trailsiders who lead by 29 to 28. So a close game here.
Yeah, Jacob, we've had a close game so far. It's nice to see some competitive basketball here back at Snow College.
Good ball movement from the Badgers around the arc. Ball ends up with Reeves in the corner, and he hits another three.
Jacob, if I'm not mistaken, that's his 3rd 3 of the half.
He's been feeling it from downtown. Foul is called on the shot on Drake Allen.
Looked like that was on the landing spot. They've really had a big emphasis in the rules lately of letting shooters land and giving them that space.
Now we've seen that call being made all over the board, both in college and professional basketball.
I think you can thank Zaza Pachulia for that one.
Quinn Nielsen misses his first of 3. Second one is good. It's a bit of a different feel, a bit of a different vibe here with fans in the stands. We're so used to watching professional sports on TV with the bubble, with perhaps some pumped-in crowd noise, but it is definitely a more unique more authentic, I'd say, atmosphere with real fans in the stands.
Yeah, you really get the true experience. I mean, you've seen, obviously in LCS in the World Series, you've seen a little bit of fans, as well as in some NFL games you've had some fans, but really for the most part, not a lot of activity because of the current pandemic that the whole world is in right now.
Shot clock down to 8. This is probably the lowest we've seen it go down.
Yeah, Jacob, quite a long possession, especially for how this game's been going.
Norman with the 3 finds rim as Christensen gets the offensive rebound. Good look down low to Wagstaff. Great ball movement from Snow College.
Tremendous ball movement there by the Badgers on the offensive boards again, and good ball movement to get an easy layup.
Zaid, high arcing 3 is good to tie the game up at 33 apiece.
Trailsiders have really been going quick, and when they've done so, they've been really successful.
Reeves running baseline. Norman setting the screen. Christensen's pass is intercepted by Nielsen, who gives it over to Mort. To Zaid, looks for 3, decides against, drives, and the foul is going to be called on number 23, Traden Christensen. As Colliker checks in for the Trailsiders, with Planton checking in for the Badgers.
Colliker looks reminds me a little bit of, can't remember who it was, but at BYU there was a guy who wore sleeves all the time. Not a common look, but obviously all that matters is comfort.
See Jalen Brown oftentimes wearing those short sleeves, not necessarily long sleeve, but sleeve nonetheless.
The long sleeve, or the short sleeve has become a lot more popular, I think, the past 10 years or so.
Zaid's first shot is good.
Jacob, I still can't get over how the Trailsiders are wearing Snow College uniforms. A little bit weird to see the 2 Snow College uniforms here on the court at the same time.
Thankfully, they're 2 different colors. And the ball will come off of Wagstaff on his way up to the rim.
Great job there by the Trailsiders to slap that ball off of his thigh and get it back to the Trailsiders for another offensive possession.
A few football team members in the stands as well. They've had a chance to play a scrimmage already against Air Force Academy.
That's right. I was on the call with Joe. It was great to see football again back here in Ephraim. That was really the first sporting event here in Ephraim that I can think of. I guess we had volleyball, but that was really the first one, excuse me.
Pass is deflected off a foot, and Zaid finds it. Kalker pulls up for 3. And Allen there to corral the rebound.
Nonetheless, Jacob, it's been great to see sports starting to get back up and going here down in Ephraim.
Nielsen's shot is no good. Norman with the emphatic rebound gives it to Planton. A little bit of a high court press there from the Trailsiders.
A little bit surprised to see the Trailsiders press here, as they only have 7 guys. Not sure how long they could keep that up and keep their legs under them.
Good rebound there from Drake Allen as the shot clock will reset. Perfect cut from Ross Reeves. Good look from Planton, and it's there for 2.
Reeves has really gotten that shooter's touch. Even when he hasn't found the bottom of the net, ball just seems to drop in.
Good heads-up play there, too, from Planton to see the man cutting towards the basket. Badgers' hands all over the place, stopping passes. Shot clock down to 10 as Zaid pulls up. No good. Matt Norman loses the ball. It's another turnover for him as Zaid, with the 2-on-2, takes it himself with the right-hand finish.
Great footwork by Zaid right there. He saw a little bit of a Euro step. Good job to get an easy bucket there on the reverse.
Allen slowing it down a little bit for the Badgers to set up their offense. Just over a minute left in the first half. Snow College trails by 3.
Good pocket pass there by Matt Norman.
Ball's stolen by Quinn Nielsen, and the foul called on the Badgers.
Ray Davis is going to check in here for the Badgers. Drake Allen is going to take a seat.
Both teams in the bonus. Quinn Nielsen at the line to shoot for the Trailsiders, who have a 3-point lead with a minute left in the first half. Can see the fist shake after he made the free throw.
A little bit of a stone there, but caught a shooter's touch off the back of the iron.
This is the second time we've seen this alumni team. They were here last year. And it's really fun to see how they're able to actually build a relationship with some of the players. Obviously, for the Nielsen brothers, their dad is their coach. And so it's a great way. Some of them did play at Snow College as well. And so it's a great way for them to kind of take that leadership role, kind of bring the team under their wings and be some mentors for them in their college careers.
Yeah, Jacob, it's great to see. It's great to see former alumni here back at Snow College and kind of usher in that next era of Snow College basketball players.
Big three-point shot there for Travis Wagstaff.
It's a great opportunity for these guys to get out and play. I mean, they probably haven't played college basketball in quite a while, so it's a great opportunity for them to come out and display their skills that they still have.
Open man somewhere for the Trailsiders. Shot clock down to 4. They'll count the shot. It's no good. And the clock will expire as the Trailsiders hold on to their first half lead. It's a score of 40-38 here at halftime. Snow College trailing by 2. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this with your halftime report. Welcome back to Snow TV, where we have a halftime score of 40-38 in favor of the Trailsiders. Jacob Hable alongside Brendan Butterfield. A quick first half, resulting in a close score here at halftime, Brendan.
Yeah, it was exciting to see the Badgers get going early. The Trailsiders they had a lot of pace, and when they did so, had a lot of success. The Badgers, obviously a lot of silly mistakes and turnovers and a few bad shots here and there, but for their first time playing competitive basketball other than inter squads, really a good job. Liked what I saw from both teams. Some good ball movement, some good shots. It was good to see some good first half action.
That's right, some early foul trouble for a few of the Trailsider players, including Corey Nielsen. The Badgers went to the line a lot. We actually don't have the stats for you right now. We don't have an official stat keeper, so we can't give you the exact statistics, but we can take a pretty good guess that he's got at least 3, if not 4. The Badgers went to the line several times and didn't hit all of them. We know there's some missing points there from the line. A few different times some of the guys missed both of their free throws, so something to tweak a little bit in the second half. In terms of shooting-wise for Snow College, Ross Reeves was pretty hot. He had 3 3-pointers and at least 1 other basket, maybe 2. So I could be wrong, but he might be leading Snow College right now in scoring. Looking pretty good there.
Yeah, he did a great job of getting going early. Really looked like he had it right from the get-go. Did a good job creating for his teammates. Really liked what I saw from him that first half. Came out shooting with a lot of confidence, which you always like to see. Yeah, just a great job by both teams that first half. Was really impressed with what I saw for them not playing competitive basketball in so long, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic that's been going on.
That's right. We talked earlier before the game about how this is a bigger Snow College team than we've seen in recent years, at least than we saw last year. But that height hasn't really played into effect at all against the Trailsiders, who are generally a more physical team, perhaps not the same kind of height as a 7-foot Levi Dunn or a 6'10 James Kamish. But Brendan Moore down low has had a couple of blocks on defense, a couple of offensive rebounds. He's really run the post so far in this game.
Yeah, he's really dominated down low here for the Trailsiders in that first half. Seen a lot of jumpers from the Snow big men, which I was kind of surprised to see with the clear height advantage that they have, but that's just kind of the direction that basketball has been going. But yeah, really great job there by Brendan Moore. Had some really nice blocks there in the first half and did a good job.
Perhaps that might be something we may see in the second half, an adjustment that Coach Nielsen will play if they try to get the ball down to their bigs a little bit more. Like we said, they do have the size advantage in terms of height, but not necessarily in terms of strength. To start the second half for Snow College, it's going to be Trayden Christensen, Matt Norman, Ross Reeves, CJ Planton, who had a really good defensive game in the first half, as well as Travis Wagstaff.
Yeah, CJ Planton was all over the offensive glass there in that first half. Gave the Badgers a lot of second chance point opportunities and took advantage of a lot of them. A lot of times when he got those rebounds, he had a wide open layup and took advantage. Even saw him get to the free throw line a couple times.
That's right. CJ can play a little bit all over the court. Probably the height of a guard, but we saw him with a little bit more big play in the first half.
A little bit of a Dennis Rodman type play. It was energetic all over the floor. Just did a great job energizing the team and giving the team second chance points.
As we mentioned before, 3 of Coach Nielsen's sons are on the Trailsider team, an alumni team of players from all over the place. We've got former Snow College players, former Dixie State players, BYU, Hawaii, Colorado State, Weber State, and Vancouver Island University. So once again, grateful for them to come down here to give the Snow College team a little bit of a warm-up. I'd like to take a few minutes just to shout out the crew here at Snow Badger TV. This is a student-run program with students directing, students running camera, and of course me and Brendan Butterfield as students on air. So I'd like to thank Gary Chittister, our director and advisor, as well as the rest of our staff. We're going to take a quick 1-minute break, and we'll be back for second half action here on Snow TV. Back again on Snow TV for some second half action from the Horne Activity Center. It's Jacob Habel alongside Brennan Butterfield as we get underway in the second half. Trailsiders lead 40-38. They finished last week's game against Utah State Eastern all tied up 133 apiece. They did play 60 minutes, so a little bit longer game.
Yeah, they played 6 10-minute quarters, which kind of odd to see, but obviously it's a scrimmage, and they just want to get their guys some work.
That's right. This game will be a traditional 2 20-minute halves. Foul called on Ross Reeves. Good crowd turn up tonight from the student body. Usually we see students go home for the weekend, but it looks like a couple of them decided to stick around and watch some basketball.
That's right. Great sports event going on here. As you saw, Jackson kind of used his big body on Matt Norman for a post hook there for a bucket.
Wagstaff from the top. His shot is wide right. You can hear Coach Nielsen yelling from the sideline to tell his players to get that offensive rebound, especially when they have the position. As Moore's shot rings in and out.
Good look there by Moore, good open shot. It's really impressive to see a lot of these big guys have pretty good jumpers extending out as far as three-point line.
Christensen's pass eventually finds Reeves. As Christensen will take the ball and a nice little roll in there for Trayden Christensen. Good reverse layup.
Haven't seen as much pace as we saw in the first half from either team. Looks like they're trying to get in their offense more and probably a little bit tired. The adrenaline of their first game in a while is worn off.
That's right. The Trailsiders will take that, though. They'd like to have those nice little three-pointers. Brings the makes it so that they don't have that much room to cover coming back on defense.
That's right.
The shot will not count as there's a foul called on the floor on number 24, Zavon Jackson.
Good, and a good shot there on the other end by Zaid. Good shot in rhythm, and was right down the barrel.
High pass. All kinds of trail side. And Zaid will slam it down.
Made it look easy there. Throwing that jam down looked almost effortless.
Another steal there, this time for Corey Nielsen. Badgers being a little sloppy with the ball. Matt Norman comes up with a defensive rebound. They trail by 7. This is the largest deficit in a while.
Coach Nielsen can't be happy after going into the locker room and having a conversation and coming out a little bit flat here to start the second half.
It hasn't been the same intensity or energy as it was to start the first half. Perhaps some fatigue settling in.
Badgers could really use a bucket here to flip momentum a little bit.
And another steal there, but it'll be called on the foul. Robbie Nielsen not liking that call. Almost had another steal there. You'd like to see the Badgers work the ball around a little bit more like they did towards the end of the first half and see some good physical, hard drives from their guards. We haven't seen it in a while, and that's something that they're actually really capable of, one of their strong suits, especially Trayden Christensen.
Yeah, when they looked for it, they did a great job of getting to the basket and creating lanes, as you see there. Good pass there by Reeves and an offensive rebound for the score.
Christensen there to pick up the trash and put it back in.
Again, the Badgers on the offensive glass, that's really been their strong suit. Obviously you'd like to see those buckets go in, but a good job for them to create second chance points and try and get back in this game.
Wagstaff on Zaid. Zaid blows right past them. Ball kicked out to Moore from 3. His shot is off the front. Nielsen trailing Reeves. Pass to Norman is deflected out of bounds. Snow College will retain possession.
Good idea there by Reeves, but better hands by the Trailsiders. Didn't get a good look at who tipped that, but good hands there. Looks like the ball was kicked on that inbounds. Having a tough look here because we got the ref and Coach Nielsen right in front of us.
With the same pose, too. Love it.
Hands on the hips. Obviously, Coach Nielsen a little bit frustrated with the Badgers coming out flat. As a coach, you don't like to see that.
Badgers trail by 5 with 17 minutes left in the game. Christensen looking for an open man. Finally finds Reeves breaking towards the hoop, and he lays it up and in. Good cut there from Ross Reeves.
Jacob, that's what we were just talking about. Once the Badgers start slashing to the rim, they usually get pretty good looks, and Reeves got a good look there, had a good cut, and got an easy look for a bucket.
Jackson kicks it down to Moore for a nice, easy layup. Jackson's presence on the court is just demanding. He can take any space that he wants. Definitely the biggest guy on the court.
You know, when he walked in, I thought he was a football player, to be quite honest with you, Jacob. He's got a pretty big build, and he's pretty muscular, and he's shown that throughout this game down the post, really giving a lot of trouble to the Badgers.
It'll be something that the Badgers will definitely get a lot of practice with this game. There are a few big guys throughout the Scenic Western Athletic Conference, and it's good practice for them to get used to that body game down low in the post.
Yeah, this is a great tune-up game opportunity for the Badgers. Really just to play some pretty good competition, as a lot of these guys ended up, those who did play at Snow ended up going to Division I or Division II schools.
That's right. Wagstaff with the three from the corner. Transfer from UVU. Zaid trying to shake Plannon off. Good defense from Plannon. As Reeves is there with the help defense, Zaid able to escape.
I'm really loving what I'm seeing from CJ Planton. Has done a great job of bringing the energy on both ends of the floor, whether it's playing great defense or crashing those offensive boards.
Definitely a quiet leader on the court. Not so much very vocal, but he definitely leads with his defensive abilities.
And that's really what you love to see as a coach. You really love to see those guys that set the tone for their teammates and really bring it every single night, and they're just almost like an Energizer bunny, just constantly going, constantly playing to their hardest.
Reeves fakes right, goes left. Good behind the back pass to Wagstaff for the bucket.
Terrific no-look pass there by Ross Reeves. Tremendous playmaking there. Love to see that.
We've seen the three-point shooting, and now we've seen the dishing out. Reeves showing us all kinds of strengths on offense.
It's really something you love to see from your point guard, not only knocking down open shots, but creating for others.
Planton there again with the aggressive defense, but he's called for a foul this time. Not really sure what the referee saw there, but
must have had a better angle. Didn't see much contact there, but that's why we're in the booth and they're out reffing.
Nielsen from the corner. Wagstaff comes up with the missed shot. 2-on-1 for the Badgers. Perfect pass again from Reeves down low for Planton.
Similar pass there by Reeves and a similar result. Great pass there. Really looking to create for his teammates early, what you love to see.
You might not guess it looking from your screen, but Reeves is actually 6'4". He's a bit of a taller guard than we're used to seeing. With a large wingspan, able to get that ball passed over the head very easily.
Yeah, great job there by Reeves. Really creative pass there. Creating an open look for his teammates.
Moore can't connect on the open three-point shot. And Nielsen will come down with the ball falling out of bounds.
Looks like Mac Norman. Oh.
Is that a technical?
Looks like he just dished out a technical. Not sure who was on, but looked like Matt Norman got away with a little bit of a push there on that rebound.
Called that one on Corey Nielsen. Must have said something, probably said a few magic words to the referee.
Yeah, they looked like there was a little bit of contact there on that rebound and didn't get a call, and probably voiced his frustration with the ref, which the ref clearly did not like.
So for any of you watching at home who feel like this is just a exhibition game with no with no stakes involved, clearly there's some bad blood, at least a little bit, as the technical was called.
You know,
this is still a competitive game.
Yeah, it's very competitive. And, you know, I think these guys on the Trailsiders, this is a rare opportunity for them to come out and compete, as obviously they've graduated and moved on from college basketball and are doing other things now. But once the adrenaline gets flowing, the competitiveness comes back, and you're frustrated when a call doesn't go your way.
That's right. Careers may end, but competitiveness does not end.
Yeah, Jacob, I think we know that pretty well.
That's right. A couple of aggressive ping pong matchups, some NHL. We know all about that.
Whatever it is, we love to compete, just like these players.
Tridden Christensen carrying the ball up. He actually got married over the offseason, so congratulations to him and his wife. And he'll get called on the foul. A little bit of an extension there with the arms after the screen.
That's right. He's asking the ref for an explanation, but we got a pretty good look. You know, Jacob, when you play, it almost feels like you never foul anyone, but
and you always get fouled.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But sitting in the booth, you get a little bit of more of an objective perspective.
There you go. 3-point shot again from Usama Zaid. That high arcing shot has been able to find the net a few times.
Almost looking like a Steph Curry type arc. That thing looks like it's gonna graze the top of the ceiling here in the basketball arena.
Quick hands from Quinn Nielsen gets the steal for the Trailsiders. As another open look shot is good for Robbie Nielsen.
Another one of the Nielsen boys getting a bucket here for the Trailsiders as they regain the lead.
That's right, another lead change here in the second half. Game has continued to be close. No team able to break out yet. Reeves with the open three, and you can't leave Ross Reeves open for three.
Yeah, you leave him open, he's going to do that to you. He's going to splash it from three, and that's his, I believe, his fourth three of the game. His first here of the second half is he had 3 in the first half, so look for him to get going again from outside.
Foul will be called on C.J. Planton. Couldn't keep Zaid in front of him, so he'll come off. As Ray Davis, CJ will stay on the court. Ray Davis will come on. Rich Stuckey. And Hagen Wright. Drake Allen as well. As Ross Reeves, the only Badger to stay on the floor.
Almost a platoon swap there for the Badgers.
More of a hockey exchange. Nielsen for 3, and it's good. And the Trailsiders lead.
Nielsen boys hitting another 3 there. Getting some great looks and finally starting to see the ball go down as they were getting in rhythm.
Good help defense
And
from Quinn Nielsen.
Quinn Nielsen got the jump ball that he wanted. Good job there by Quinn to get the jump ball. Got his hands on the ball, and next time they get a jump ball, it'll be going the Trailsiders' way, excuse me.
Stuckey open for 3. His shot is short. Little clap there from Colliker as a little distraction. You don't see that very often at this level of basketball. As Zaid's fouled on the 3-point attempt by Ray Davis, he'll go to the line.
Yeah, Jacob, that clap's quite rare at this age, or at this stage of hoops, but occasionally you'll see it as the competitive flow really gets going, and yeah.
Usama Zaid, product of Vancouver Island University. That's the Vancouver in Canada, not the one in Washington.
That's right, he played out in Canada, some college hoops.
Gets the second to fall.
The rowdy crowd here in Ephraim trying to get a miss out of Usama Zaid. Have been unsuccessful here this first couple shots.
Unfortunately for us, the Snow College band isn't here. They're actually performing in a concert right now, but usually they're very vocal, very aggressive to the opposing team.
That's right, the band, or the music program here, excuse me, is one of the best around. It's a 4-year program here actually, even though this is a junior college, and really they bring it every night, just like these athletes.
Kick ball on the Trailsiders, so the Badgers will retain possession. New shot clock at 20.
You know, the band is really a big part of sports, so when you don't have it, you really realize how big of an impact it really has.
Especially in the college atmosphere.
That's right, you got you got football, basketball, really brings the whole atmosphere.
Stuckey fouls Colliker. That is Snow College's 6th team foul in the second half. Zaid trying to put the moves on Reeves. He'll pull up for 3, no good. Allen, good strong rebound coming down.
A little bit of a James Harden look there from Usama Zaid, put a little ISO. Wasn't able to get it to fall, but did a good job of creating space.
Hagen Wright in the corner. His shot is no good, and Zaid there for the rebound. Zaid definitely running the floor for the Trailsiders. As Jackson loses the ball, it's Drake Allen on a one-on-one against Quinn Nielsen. He'll get fouled hard.
Curious, looked like he got a shot up. Not sure if they'll give it to him here.
They're discussing it right now. Looks like he will go to the line to shoot too.
As that foul was on, looked like it was Quinn Nielsen with the block.
Drake Allen at the line for 2.
Drake Allen from Westlake High School calls Eagle Mountain his home.
That's correct. And Traden Christensen from there as well, as we've mentioned. Kind of interesting that they actually played on the same team. I believe Drake was a sophomore and Zayden was a senior, but both coming out of the Westlake men's basketball program.
Hits his second. Snow trails by 4 points now with 12 minutes, a little over 12 minutes left in the game. Robbie's rejected by Ross Reeves.
A good move there by Robbie Nielsen to get baseline, but Ross Reeves does a great job of recovering with that kind of backside block, spiking it out of bounds.
And again, it's that reach there for the 6'4" guard. Foul will be called on number 4, Rich Stuckey, which will send Colliker to the line to shoot 2.
Not really sure where the contact was there, to be quite honest with you, Jacob.
Braden Colliker, product of Colorado State University.
And as that was a 1-and-1 on the miss, the ball was live for you folks at home.
Ball's poked out by Zaid, but right with the move.
Good
finds
behind the
Davis. Not really sure why he didn't go up to the rim right there. He had space in front of him.
Did a good job beating his defender with the good move behind the back, but guess he's looking to get his teammates involved. Didn't like the look that he had.
Reeves to inbound, finds Davis. High at the point.
Jacob, I've really been impressed with this Trailsiders team. Obviously, we heard about what they did at Utah State Eastern, going up as many as 25, but really playing great this whole night against the Badgers.
Good job there from Drake Allen to draw the charge from Colliker on the offensive foul.
Even though the Trailsiders are probably a little bit more mature physically, the Badgers done a good job of getting in the right spots and being fundamentally sound there on defense, drawing a lot of charges and doing a good job.
Braden Roberts on the floor now for Snow College. He had right cutting to the basket, decides against it.
Really seen the Badgers work the shot clock a lot more, having longer offensive possessions, looking to get some better offensive looks.
Good pass there from Davis out to right. Can't connect on the 3. And it's Zaid with the rebound this time. 1-on-3, finds Moore in the corner, and he sinks it. Brendan Moore for 3.
Hard to give it's tough for the Badgers to give a transition 3 like that. Those are really morale killers for your team as you're trying to crawl back into a game.
The lead now back up to 7 for the Trailsiders. Right, quick move up, can't get the ball to find the rim, but it's Ray Davis there for the putback.
Great job with the Badgers, even though they're not shooting the ball too terrific tonight. They've done a good job of crashing the offensive glass, following their own shots, and still getting those opportunities to score.
Another defensive rebound for Drake Allen. And another turnover for Snow College. It's Zaid on Allen.
Looks like there was a little bit of contact. Not sure where the foul was, but
I don't know.
Drake Allen looks about as confused as we are.
So Coach Nielsen will call a timeout. We're going to take this opportunity to take a quick break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. So Sama Zaid will go to the line here with 10 minutes and 24 seconds left in the game. It's the Trailsiders who have the lead 66 to 59.
Yeah, Jacob, we're having a good one develop here as Zaid misses the free throw there. Hopefully this one may come down to the wire. It's been close pretty much all game.
Good layup there from Drake Allen. Kept the ball out of the reach of the defender's hand and puts it up and in.
Yeah, great look there. Good job to use the rim there on that backside to shield himself and then go up straight for the layup.
Another defensive foul called on Snow College. This time it's against Ray Davis.
Badgers giving up a lot of penetration this half, which is forcing them to foul quite a bit, and the Trailsiders have found themselves at the line a lot this half.
Zaid hits the first. Lead back up to 6 points now for the Trailsiders. And he hits the second at 68-61 for the alumni team. Pass almost intercepted. Our board's knocked out. I'm gonna call.
We about had Quinn Nelson flying right into our table there. Good thing our equipment is okay, and I think we're still working well.
Still
but
live.
That could have been bad. Looks like our monitor got knocked over as well.
I'm not sure if somebody stepped out of bounds or if the clock stopped and they needed to reset it, but Snow College has possession. As Drake Allen kicks it out to Ross Reeves on the other side for another three. Ross Reeves almost gets the friendly roll, and it's Braden Roberts to pick up the scraps, and he's fouled.
That's another foul on Quinn Nielsen.
Quinn Nielsen gets the foul. Braden Roberts at the line for two.
It'll send Braden Roberts to the line to shoot two. Braden Roberts from Huntsville, Utah, but went to Logan High School. We had the opportunity to have him in the studio a few weeks ago.
That's right, you had the opportunity to interview him, Jacob.
A wonderful guy.
Has a unique accent.
Yes, he does. That video is available on the Snow Badger TV YouTube page. Corey Nielsen trying to find an open look. Has more down low, but he can't hold on to the ball. Ray Davis now pushing the ball for Snow College. He slows down. Pass is intercepted by Brendan Moore. Another sloppy possession.
Badgers have had a hard time tonight keeping possession of the ball, and just really sloppy play so far. I'm sure Coach Nielsen will be addressing that after the game.
That's right. Turnovers for Snow College have to be well into the double digits, perhaps pushing the teens and into the 20s at this point.
Yeah, quite a bit of turnovers. Obviously, you do expect that, as this is a preseason scrimmage, but you never like to see that as a coach. As a clear travel there by number 30, Hagen, right, for the Badgers.
Couldn't quite get his feet set. Another turnover.
Almost looked like he was a little lost in space, as looked like he was looking for one of his teammates in the corner, but closed up quickly.
Usama Zaid from Curry range.
He's looking like he's found his stroke here in this second half. I think that's his third three of the half so far.
And the largest lead of the second half at 9 as Drake Allen throws the ball away.
Badgers forcing a lot of passes that just aren't there.
Zaid for three and the foul. Count it.
Zaid is just unconscious right now. Terrific shot. Looks like Drake Allen got into his landing space, and that shot was just wet from downtown. In his bag, as they would say, Jacob.
That's right.
It's his fourth three of the game. Obviously, we can't confirm that because we don't have actual stats, but we're doing our best to bring stats to you here on the broadcast.
And for Usama Zaid, that is a 4-point play, putting the Trailsiders up by 13, their biggest lead of the game.
The rare but beloved 4-point play. Not very common in basketball, as coaches preach don't foul a jump shooter, but with the new landing space, it's been called a lot more lately.
Missed layup there for Drake Allen. You can feel the frustration for Snow College. A little bit unsure why Coach Nielsen didn't call a timeout after the 4-point play. They need to stop the bleeding at this point. You can feel the momentum completely shifted in favor of the Trailsiders.
Yeah, this is really the first double-digit lead for the Trailsiders. Badgers really need to get a couple stops here and a couple buckets to crawl back in this game.
Nielsen finds Jackson down low, creates some space, can't get the shot to fall. Reeves, good look to right down low, puts it up and in. There is a basket for Snow College.
Good pass by Reeves and good footwork by Wright there. Good job of high pointing that ball, turning around, finding the rim, and going up for an easy layup.
So far up to this point, Usama
Gotta
Zaid
get up on him.
has Snow College's number, whether it's Matt Norman or Drake Allen, it doesn't matter. Zaid is on fire.
He's just coming down the court. They're running a high pick and roll, and he is just picking apart the Badgers. Everything has just been bottom of the net for Zaid.
Norman there for a quick basket.
And with the hot hand, I expect Zaid to be shooting it again here on this possession, Jacob.
We haven't seen much up to this point from Matt Norman. He is one of 2 returners, one of the more prolific scorers for the team last year. Hasn't touched the ball too much tonight. And a foul again against the Badgers. This time it'll be number 13, Matt Norman.
Badgers gave up baseline there, which
And a technical. Second technical of the game.
surprised to see that here in a preseason scrimmage, but obviously tensions or emotions are running a little bit high.
That one was called on Drake Allen.
Coach Nielsen's looking for an explanation, and I think we'd love to hear one as well.
We'll try to listen in and give our viewers the best description we can as the referee will come over to the table.
Referees had a powwow and still no explanation yet, Jacob.
Now he'll shoot his 2 foul shots.
So the explanation there from the head referee, not really sure if that merits a technical call. He said that's the 3rd time that Drake Allen has questioned a call. Didn't say anything profane. So perhaps a quick trigger there from the referee.
Surprised to see that here in a preseason scrimmage. Not really sure why that was called.
Yeah, I don't know. But we have to remember it is a preseason scrimmage as well for the referees, a chance for them to get back into the groove of things. Again, something we wouldn't usually see in a regular season game, technical called on a player for something so light.
That's right.
But frankly, that isn't the issue right now for Snow College. They're trailing by 15 and nothing has been going right in the second half.
You know, Jacob, I refed junior jazz in my high school days, and I didn't hand out one technical. So it's been a little surprising to see a few here tonight in a preseason game.
That's right, one for both teams. Foul's called on Usama Zaid. Badgers offense has been quiet in the first 13 minutes of this second half.
Yeah, they've had a hard time getting it going and can't get any stops on the defensive end either. Zaid's just been picking them apart from 3 off the high pick and roll, shooting off the dribble very well tonight.
Christensen hits his first shot.
Badgers look for them to cut it down to single digits here toward the 4 or 5 minute mark.
That shot is way off target as it trickles out of bounds. Coach Nielsen will call a timeout. We'll keep it right here. Brendan, what do the Badgers need to do to climb back into this game? There's 6 minutes, 59 seconds left. They trail by 15. What are you telling your team if you're Coach Nielsen right now?
Well, Jacob, I think it starts on the defensive end. If you can't get stops, it's really hard to get going, and I think your defense feeds into your offense. You're getting stops, it's easier to run in transition and really get those easy buckets. And as we've seen tonight, the Badgers haven't been the best in the half court. So if I'm Coach Nielsen, I'm really telling the Badgers to look for some stops on defense, really stop penetration, and get the ball out of Zaid's hands and make someone else beat you. And then when you get those defensive rebounds, look to push and push with numbers.
That's right, and on the offensive side, they need to control the ball. We've seen way too many turnovers here in the second half. They need to be able to set up their offense and look for the shot that they want.
That's right, Jacob. The Badgers have really been sloppy on both sides of the ball so far this half.
Corey Nielsen being guarded by Ross Reeves. The pick is set by Colliker. Now double team on Nielsen. And
seeing a little bit of pressure
timeout.
there. Good job by the Badgers to come out energetic. Looks like Coach Nielsen lit a fire under them.
You can
during
feel
that
that
timeout.
frustration. That's right, exactly. You can feel the frustration from Snow College. It is a preseason game. It is the first time they played with each other. They understand that. But these are young men who are competitive. They want to win. Nobody puts on that Snow College uniform expecting to just have fun. They want to win. And that's for them the most fun that they can have. And so, you know, there's definitely a competitive energy. This is a great way for them to get their season off to a good start. You know, win or lose, it's a good opportunity for them to figure out how to work with each other. What do they need to improve on? This is their first game of the season, and so there are some kinks that you just don't know about practicing during the week.
Yeah, and Jacob, I think obviously as it is the first time really for a lot of these guys playing together, really that chemistry will come over time. But as tonight you've seen a lot of missed cuts. Guys look like they're cutting one way and then they make a pass, which is common when teams don't have a lot of chemistry. But in time, I think you'll see that will get better and as they play together. But obviously these guys still want to compete. It's in their DNA. They want to win, and so look for them to make a big push here.
They're expecting to compete again this year for the conference championship. Fell just a few points short of defeating Salt Lake Community College, who went on to the national tournament, which was canceled from the COVID-19 pandemic. So Salt Lake did finish as the conference champions, and you know, a little disappointing for them not being able to find out, you know, how well they could have played against other teams across the nation.
That's right. So you see a travel here by number 33, Braden Colliker for the Trailsiders. But yeah, Jacob, I think even more frustrating here for the Badgers because really competed very well with Salt Lake Community College all year long. Came up just a little bit short, lost that game 84-81. So knowing they were that close, that has to sting. But it'll be all the more motivation for them this year, even though there is only 2 returners this year, all the more fuel.
That's right, and as we mentioned before, as Moore gets the 2-point bucket, a few of these players are able to transfer to big Division I universities. There were a few players from that Salt Lake team last year, one of them who went to the University of Missouri, another at BYU right now. Trey Farr from Snow College last year at Utah Valley University, another Division I school here in Utah. So there's some pretty good competition out of this Scenic Western Athletic Conference.
That's right, Jacob. A lot of the guys that end up coming through the SWAC do a really good job of recruiting and do a good job of showcasing their talent and end up going to play at some pretty big places in Division I college basketball.
Badgers trail by 17 with 5:30 left to play.
And even if the Badgers don't end up winning this game, Coach Nielsen would probably another 3 for Ross Reeves. He's shooting the ball well tonight. Really, Coach Nielsen probably just wants to see them get back in this game and compete, even if a victory doesn't come out of this game.
There's Zaid again for 3, and just like the times before, finds the net.
He is scorching. We don't have stats on us, but I think that's his 4th 3 in a row, and all of them have just been the bottom of the net.
Roberts is stuffed down low by Colliker. Pushes the floor, got a 3-on-2. Pass is intercepted by Ross Reeves, working magic both on the offensive and defensive side of the court. And he pulls up for 3, and he bangs it down.
Little Steph Curry action going on as Ross Reeves pulls up on a 1-on-3 fast break. Tremendous shot there by Reeves. It's got to be a 6 or 7 3 of the game there, Jacob.
Yeah, he's been fire from downtown. Badgers trail by 14. We're going to take this opportunity to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this. we bring you back to the Horne Activity Center, where the Snow College Badgers trail by a score of 87-73 to the Trailsiders, the alumni team.
Badgers looking a little better offensively, but still can't find some stops they're looking for. Zaid has really just been picking them apart from the offensive end. He's been scorching from three and really done a great job creating for the Trailsiders here tonight.
Drives to the rim and is fouled by Wagstaff underneath the basket.
Foul charged with number 5, Travis Wagstaff. Saeed at the line for 2.
Good job there by Zaid to create his own shot. Really not a lot of ball movement there, but Zaid just does a great job of creating off the dribble and creating a driving lane and drawing some contact for a couple free throws.
Can't hit the first. Trailsiders into the double bonus.
You know, if Snell's going to get back in this game, really look for some quick offense here from the Badgers, as well as probably going to see a little bit of pressure as well on the defensive end. A little full court presser trap going on.
Foul on Zaid as Christensen wanted that dunk. It's not going to count. This is the team that Coach Nielsen wants on the floor when he's down late. You've got the two returners, Matt Norman and Traden Christensen. You've got the sharpshooter, Ross Reeves. You got your defensive powerhouse and CJ Planton and Travis Wagstaff underneath the basket. This is the team to come back. They are trailing by 15 with 4:30 left, so quite a big feat. But this is the team that Coach Nielsen wants on the floor right now.
That's right. This will probably be their go-to lineup in crunch time that you'll see over the course of the season. That's a tough shot there by Zaid was missed. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out over this next 4 minutes. Yeah.
Reeves, another three.
Reeves
Incredible from downtown.
having a great night. Seems like him and Zaid have just been trading buckets from downtown. Both playing really well tonight, shooting the ball pretty well too.
We asked Ross who his favorite NBA player was, and he said, I got to go with my fellow lefty, James Harden. He's starting to shoot like him right now.
Yeah, he's looking good and playing pretty well here tonight. Really been the only consistent source of offense for the Badgers here tonight as well.
And that's something they're not going to be able to rely on through the entire season. If all they have is that three-point shot, they're going to run thin very fast. And so while it is a good note for Snow College in their offense to see Ross shooting so hot, sometimes those shots aren't going to fall, and they're going to have to figure out what that backup plan is. Who are they going to go to next? Is it going to be Traden Christensen? Is it going to be Matt Norman? Are they going to get some production from the bench? And those are some of the questions that Coach Nielsen and his staff will have throughout this remainder of the season.
That's right, Jacob. And, you know, really look for the Badgers. Obviously, the three-point shot is great, but you're not going to every night your shots aren't going to fall. And so really the Badgers really need to develop a consistent game down in the paint as Zaid looks to throw down a highlight slam that goes off the back of the iron. But really look for the Badgers to, as you score inside the paint and develop those slashing lanes, the three-point shot will come and you'll get a lot better looks and the open shots will fall.
Yep. And you know, for Usama Zaid, despite the incredible game he's had tonight, the one thing that he'll remember is that missed dunk. That is
right.
the one thing that will haunt him for the rest of the night.
If he had thrown that down, that probably would have been the highlight of his career post-college.
This will be a highlight here from Traden Christensen with the reverse slam dunk. Fortunately, perhaps a little too late. You never know. They're only down by 12, still with 2.5 minutes remaining.
A little full court pressure here from the Badgers. Maybe looking to create a couple turnovers. Badgers are running out of time here. They need to cut this lead down to single digits here this next possession.
We don't have the official stat for this, but it feels like Trailsiders haven't had anyone else score except for Usama Zaid in at least 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah. Foul's called there.
Looks like that was number 3, Corey Nielsen.
Toks Ajayi will check in for his first minutes of the game for Snow College from Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Our Badger volleyball teams will be taking on Utah State Eastern. 7 p.m.
So upcoming schedule for the Snow College men's basketball team, they'll have a few scrimmages, preseason scrimmages in the month of November. Both of those games will be away, so we will not have the broadcast on those. And then the regular season will start, it looks like, in Rock Springs, Wyoming, against Western Wyoming Community College on the 29th of January.
That's right, Jacob. It'll be, hopefully by the time the season starts, the Badgers here will get the kinks worked out, and Coach Nielsen will get them playing their best basketball to start the year. Looks like we had a lane violation. Not really sure. Referees didn't give us an explanation.
James Comish checks in for Snow College out of South Sudan. Badgers trail by 11 with 2:13 left in the game. Jackson guarded by Ajayi. Kicks it over to Nielsen, breaks left on Davis. Passes corralled by Jackson. Kicks it out to Colliker. For the three is going to be wide right. Davis there for the rebound. Ross Reeves, is he going to pull up?
Badgers really need a bucket here.
Can be Comish in the corner. James Comish from three.
Tremendous shot there from Comish. Tallest guy on the floor with the longest wingspan, just splashed a three. Really something that you would have never seen 20 years ago.
Ball is almost lost out of bounds by Moore. He'll keep it in.
Kind of reminds me of Bol with that really long wingspan and long length. Really just extremely long.
That's right. Pass intercepted by Toks Ajayi.
We don't have his exact wingspan, but clearly the longest wingspan on the court there as he pulls up again.
Almost another one, but Davis comes up with the offensive rebound.
Badgers been all over the offensive glass tonight.
Can't find a shot. They'll turn the ball over.
Unfortunately, a lot of turnovers tonight for the Badgers.
That's what's eaten them, at least in the second half, but it's been there all night. Sloppy passes, and we've mentioned before, that's part of the, you know, some of the things that you have to work out in a pregame scrimmage, excuse me. You know, this team is a fresh team, quite literally. They only have 2 sophomores on the team, and so you've got to work out that communication.
Guys coming from really all over to play together, and as you have that, you know, even though they played inter squads, it'll in time that chemistry will come and they'll be a lot more polished. As a clear foul there by number 1, Ray Davis.
Snow College at one point in this half was down by 17. They now trail only by 6 points with 33 seconds left, so this game isn't over yet, Brendan.
No, you kind of got the feeling that it was over, but looking at the score, they're only down 6. If they can get, let's see here, Brendan Moore, if he misses these free throws and Snow gets a quick 3, this game is far from over.
With Ross Reeves on the floor, that is a very possible scenario. Unless Moore has something to say about it as he hits his first of 2.
Badgers do have a few timeouts left, so they can extend this game.
Moore will hit both. Trailsiders up by 8.
Good choice there by Ross Reeves to let the ball roll to save some of that time.
Here's Davis. Pops it up for
Ready to get a shot up.
No good, and a defensive rebound. Trailsiders probably let this clock run out. Comish draws the foul. Looks
really.
like, is Quinn Nielsen trying to call that he was shooting on that? Is that what he's saying?
Looks like he's asking for it. I think they're already in the bonus, so I don't think it'll matter. And the double bonus, actually.
He's saying that's my shooting motion.
Either way, he's going to get his shots. And that'll just about do it as the Badgers are down 9 with a little under 15 seconds to go.
Nielsen trying to get the sneaky self-rebound off the free throw for 2 extra points, but throws the ball out of bounds.
Looking to pad that stat sheet a little bit, even though we don't really have one.
Reeves from deep off the backboard. Huge shot. He's got to be at least at 30 points. It's going to be too little too late as the Badgers, well, I don't know. Don't let me say it too soon. They're only down by 6. with a little under 9 seconds
We've
left,
seen
something crazy could happen.
Maybe the Snow can channel a little Reggie Miller here, 8 points in 9 seconds.
Be quite the miracle. Ross Reeves again. Could he hit it?
Oh.
Almost off the backboard. Davis will go up for 3. His shot is no good, and the buzzer will go. Good last 5 minutes there from Snow College as they lose this one to the Trailsiders by a score of 93-87. Good showing from both teams. Was a preseason scrimmage for Snow College. We saw a lot of good things. We saw a lot of questionable things to work on in practice, but that's the exact purpose of a scrimmage like this. What can we work on in the next upcoming weeks before our next game?
Yeah, really, Coach Nielsen has to be pleased with what he saw is for playing all the freshmen that he did, and these guys really have never played competitive basketball together, and playing a pretty good competition as well tonight.
We're going to get Ross. We're going to try to get Ross Reeves on real quick. We'll see what.
Shot the ball really well tonight. Here's Ross Reeves.
Ross, probably not the result that you wanted, but man, were you fire from 3. How were you feeling out there in your first game?
Well, it was fun, right? Like you said, we didn't win like we wanted playing a veteran team, but we played hard. You know, we got a long season, so it felt fun. Some of us haven't played for a couple years, so it's good to be back on the court.
That's right. As you mentioned, a lot of you guys haven't played in a while since high school days a few years ago. It's good for you to be able to kind of feel how you work well, you know, with each other. Could you hear the crowd cheering for you after a couple of threes in the first half? Could you feel them behind you?
Yeah, that's it was awesome, the crowd we had, right? So we'll be building off them a lot this year, and it's fun when we get the crowd into it. And so that's why I want to keep winning, keep bringing people back to the games and games. So we know what we did wrong. We'll go work on it, and we'll hopefully get more fans back.
That's right. You got a couple more weeks before your next scrimmage in November. What are you going to work on in your personal game before that next game?
Defense. They were posting me up all game. So I got to get stronger in the weight room and just defense, being help. That's what coach is huge on, just being help the whole time, and we'll work out. Because we can play offense, we just got to get stops.
Absolutely. The potential's there for a well-oiled machine coming in January when the regular season starts. Ross, we appreciate it. Go take a shower, man.
All right, fam. Thanks, man.
Ross Reeves, we don't have the official stats from the game, but he shot incredible from three-point range, probably at least over 30 points, Brendan. He, 7, 8 made three-pointers?
I wouldn't be surprised if he hit 9. That last shot there, really tremendous shot. Obviously, the Badgers had to look to get something going quick up. Really just showcased in the gym range, as well as a great stroke from downtown. Really was consistent all night, and I was really impressed from what I saw from him, as well as Usama Zaid from the Trailsiders. Really just tremendous shooting from downtown. Great job, whether it was creating or knocking down his shots, and we saw some pretty great basketball that night.
That's right. By the end of that game, it was the Usama Zaid Ross Reeves show from three-point range. That's basically what they were doing. They were exchanging 3 points across the board. Another big showing there for the Badgers. C.J. Planton on defense, a product out of South Carolina, was big for the Badgers on defense. Brendan, what did you see from Planton?
Planton, honestly, I saw a lot of Dennis Rodman vibes from him. Did a great job playing defense. Was all over the offensive glass, as well as creating those second chance opportunities on the glass. You know, just did a great job, whether it was getting offensive rebounds, getting defensive rebounds, or playing great on-ball defense. Really liked from what I saw from him. His effort was there all night long.
And like we talked with Ross after the game, you know, not the result that Snow College was looking for, but we saw a lot of good things that coach is going to be able to take into preparation in the next couple of weeks and build from, right? We saw the heart. They were down by 17 in the second half, lost only by 6, and so that was a big second half, basically fourth quarter momentum shift for Snow College.
Yeah, that's right. It really, obviously, Coach Nielsen's going to be frustrated with the turnovers and some of the mistakes that you're going to see in a scrimmage, especially with a bunch of guys that have really never played together in a setting like this. But did a good job of, they played really hard, which you always want to see when there's 2 things you can always control, which is effort and attitude, and I think Snow did a good job of that tonight. But yeah, just good things to build on tonight. Obviously, they'll have stuff to clean up, but they'll take care of that and hopefully get ready to go for spring.
That's right, and that's the most important thing. We saw the potential. We saw the shooting. We saw the three-pointers fall. We saw some good defense. Just a couple more tweaks to fix in practice in the upcoming scrimmages. But folks at home, Badgers fans, get excited because this team is looking really good. For the rest of the Snow TV crew and Brendan Butterfield, I'm Jacob Habel. It's been a pleasure. This has been Snow Badger Sports on Badger TV. We'll see you next time.